Hello, people. This is the beginning of October, and welcome to the new moon and its energies. We define a new moon when the moon and the sun um, become as one, and they are very, very, very far, but at the same time from the earth. It looks like they are one on top of another. This means that the moon and the sun are really, really, really creating a powerful energy field for the earth to benefit if we know how. And if, well, we know there's a moon, but do we know what this star or planet is for? And if so, how do we use it? And if we know how we use the powers of something that God created for us to use the powers of, besides for, I don't know, beauty and mainly because it was a good energy and the right place. Um, well, are we thinking that the moon is, say, Christian because God created it, or are we thinking that the moon is satanic because it's the moon? And when we say I love you to the moon and back, are we committing sin or not? Is this moon something that is really a good thing for us, or is it not? Because the moon has very much been associated, especially the full moon though, with witchcraft. And the word craft means, well, just the artisan idea of crafting something, so utilizing what you have to make something better, type of thing. So a candle invoking such and such spirit on such and such day, and with those words that you know or don't know, and to manifest something greater than the candle itself, which is perhaps a wife or a husband. Would you rather have a wife or a candle? Most people will go with the candle. I mean, sorry, a wife. And some people would rather not have a choice. Okay, so let me be in touch with you a little bit more and tell you all about this new moon. As we always do it, we take out cards from an oracle card deck, usually for the new moon reading, if not my tarot deck, but usually I use that for the daily readings because it's something that I have always at hand, and it's the deck that I use the most with my readings with both Italian and international clients. Today I was guided, as they say, to work with Mary, the Mary Queen of Angel Oracle card deck by, as always, Doreen Virtue. I always get hers because most of the times, like 97% of the times, I found her works to be just loving. Now the other times she's hateful, but in a couple of decks she also has, I don't know, Isis or Sekhmet, or she mentions the ancient god Dagon. That in truth is the goetic demon Zagan, Zagan, so on and so forth. So she sometimes, I think, uses divinities that are not aligned with what I believe in. So in that case, I won't use her cards or her material. But I think that currently she is the most wonderful example of what being a spiritual teacher means or should mean. And truly, I don't think that anyone has really been so good for a long time, long time, perhaps centuries, if not more. And maybe there won't be someone as good as her for a little while, at least. That's my opinion. So I always encourage people to use all of her works and all of her materials because I believe that she is really, really good. So you can tell your friends too about her, not getting offended. Although, and also I'm a certified angel card reader, so Mary, Queen of Angels, the Queen of Angels is obviously connected to angels. A lot of people see a clash or a contradiction between Christ and magic. There isn't. Christ was also accused of sorcery, just like a lot of people who were burned at the stake during the Holy Inquisition were suspected of doing witchcraft. But of course, there's differences because back then a lot of these people were evoking, you say, demons, and Christ isn't someone who evokes demons, but in truth, who is? I'm saying that my concepts are very not heavy, but full. So sometimes I want to give people the idea that they have to meditate on them, and if they do, then it's good. If they don't, it's their problem or their missed chance. But energy works in ways that you don't have to comprehend necessarily, not with your mind at least. So going back to my example, we are going to use the Mary Queen of Angels Oracle card deck. The Mary Queen of Angel Oracle card deck. I have all these mosquitoes in this room. That's not funny. And it's October. I'm like, what? Where are you going? Where are you going? Or as God told Adam, sometimes I tell people, where are you? Like when God discovered that Adam ate from the fruit of knowledge of death, then he said, where are you? First sin, your original, because it was the first sin, and Adam didn't know what to say. He didn't really understand what God was saying. He said, where are you? In the meaning, where are you? You're there, but where? And I know where you are, and I can see you. If not, I'll know. And exact, I can see everything. But where are you in terms of which level of energy? Which level of energy? Where did you choose to be? The answer is lower than where I was. And Father, I'm there because I was so stupid as to follow the deceiver, and just like in mathematics, I followed the deceiver and I was deceived. If I had followed, you that are, oh Father, and the sources of all blessings, I would have had a greater knowledge. But now, because I ate from this, well, you could say cursed fruit, in the sense that eating it at that time was considered a curse. Because we ate from this cursed fruit, Father, I was cursed, and so he was. And this curse, called the original sin, hasn't been lifted by God, because God is a magician too. So when we say God cursed or God blessed, we mean he used a power that's spiritual. I cannot stress these concepts enough because it seems that, and there's really a few people around that admit to use some type of magic that is beneficial, and they admit to be using rituals and spells, and at the same time keeping a positive outlook. I'm thinking of Lucy Cavendish. That is one of the authors that I follow. I've been in one or two of her courses as well in the past. Although my main spiritual teachers were Italian, like physical, not that they're not physical people, these people, but physical people that I was in contact with physically. I was certified by other people as well internationally, but we all, walk a path that is for us. So, again, I'm using the Mary, Queen of Angels Oracle card deck. Uncrossing your legs and your arms is an important part of drawing tarot cards, because we want our energy to be clean. We want to approach. Now, these cards carry images of our beloved mother. If our beloved mother wasn't beneath, around, and really in these cards, then we wouldn't be able to shuffle them. Right. I'm going to draw the first card for this new moon reading. The way I do this, I do it differently than with my other readings. I pick 12 cards for the 12 zodiacal signs. First card is for Aries. It is very beautiful and it's called Prayer. Card says, instead of worrying, I pray about the situation to bring about real solutions. So, Aries, for these days that are around the new moon and its energies up until next new moon, I think in November, or just around the end of this month, October 2016, instead of, what Mary means to say is that instead of thinking that you can't do this, which is partly true because you alone don't have the power to do it alone on your own. So it's the right realization. Aries are sometimes arrogant. I'm talking about when I say and when I describe a negative trait of a sign or person, I refer to something that is that can be a negative tendency, but that is not really of that person or sign, but it can be a tendency with those qualities. You have the angels of heaven and corresponding, in quotes, angels of the abyss, because for every virtue there's a vice, and vice versa. So instead of praying for something that you don't want, pray for something that you want, and that brings the solution. So basically, don't take it out on people that don't have anything to do with you're suffering and that really aren't guilty of it, but in truth, start praying. Let's see what Taurus brings. So we were saying Taurus. Sorry, I had to get rid of the mosquito. Like psychic vampires. Taurus. The card speaks of faith. Faith is a movement of spirit, a move of the spirit, something that moves in your spirit towards something that you think is above you, and you're sure that there's something. Just like in the primordial world, people were thinking that maybe there was something above them, not even better, above. This was common people used to think something above them, and they had faith in it, and this made them stronger just to see the sun rays in the morning, think that someone is sending them, and they were right. So Carr says, I have faith in God to heal the situation. So perhaps some of you Taurus people were committed into doing something that turned out to be a total disaster. Now you know that this isn't what you were supposed to be. This isn't what you were supposed to do, and this isn't what you wanted to do from the start. Because truly what you wanted to do from the start is to focus on priorities. Your main priority is to have faith. If you don't have faith, you don't live a life. So that's your message. Or you live a life of disappointments and not a life as full as the lives of saints and believers in God. Gemini. Enthusiasm comes up. Mother Mary speaking to Jesus softly. So Jesus receiving the gift of motherly love. Gemini, you are always focused on your mind. It's a beautiful card. And you always focus on your dominating planet, that's Mercury, and very light and airy at the same time, not as grounded as Virgos, that's the other sign dominated by the same planet. But you are aware of things that don't go well, and sometimes you want to make the best of them anyway. That's wrong. Keep your enthusiasm for something more constructive. Cancer, miracle. That's the second most privileged sign of zodiac. For this new moon, they're telling me the most, say, advanced or optimistic or positive one will be Aquarius. Later we'll talk about this sign, other sign later. Cancers will receive, all of you watching the video will receive a miracle that also the ones who are not watching this video will receive. Just it'll be greater if you follow me. And that because I have, as a magician, I have the power to make it so that if you follow me, you'll be more blessed than what you usually are. But that doesn't mean that you aren't blessed already. A lot of people, I have, I'm not going to say her name, a friend slash client. I mean, I call her client, although she never paid me, but one of those people you meet in forums and groups. And I asked her, like I ask everyone, if they need a service from me, and she said no, and because I'm already blessed. So, and investigating, I found out that she never asks God for anything, and that is really the act. I'm channeling God, so the same God that she believes in, and this is an act of the most extreme arrogance, because you think that all the things that you have because of your laziness, whereas you have because of God's love. And God will give you things and more things and more things, but sometimes in your life you didn't ask for things that made you happy, not knowing that some of the things the spiritual world gives you do not come from God, but come from the devil. And this is where you end up thinking that you have everything you need. And some of these people that think that they have all the blessings that they need and they don't need anything are those that perhaps are not in a relationship with their soulmate, perhaps don't have the job that was their life purpose, that perhaps are not really happy, and perhaps can't sleep at night because of these things. And what I'm saying is that all I try to teach is how to connect with Jesus. And Jesus said in the Bible, paraphrasing, there was a woman who anointed his feet, and it's apparent wasn't physically there, but what he meant that try to take care of the divine and respect it in the best possible way, and the divine will reciprocate. When you somehow think you don't need the divine because the divine loves you anyway, or stuff like that, you're wrong. So miracle comes to all of you of the sign of Cancer, and obviously, because I pray for my fans and my followers and my clients, I assure you that miracles will be manifesting to an even greater degree for you. So nothing more to say. So miracles bring healings and bring solutions, not only, but they bring joy, and everything is a miracle. But because we are shut out from God so much that we use this word miracle to summarize a concept that we try to push away from us, that is, all life is bliss and joy and happiness. So we now think that our life is normal, and also some people are getting rid of that word too, because we are not open to miracles. When we're open to miracles, we receive miracles. Not only that, miracles happen all the time, because this is what life is about. So it's just a matter of thinking what you want. This is the beautiful lady of Guadalupe, Mexico, because she appeared in Mexico to give people hope. When people have hope, people pray. When people are desperate and miserable and boring, that's when they stop praying, because they don't understand that the law of the universe, that when angels say, give something to you, is not all the time, but most times, especially for the big things, because you subconsciously or consciously ask them. When people receive without asking, you always have to wonder if you were the one asking, if that makes you happy, and if not, you make sure that it doesn't come from God, and you can send it back. And this is what I do with people who sometimes do not fully respect me. I don't punish them. All I do is I just block them out energetically. and then they're keeping that negative energy that they created to themselves, and but I'm not doing anything with it. It's just they're keeping it, and that's all. Again, like that friend that I mentioned, that's all they need, and they don't want anything else, and I'm not going to give them anything else except the negative energy that they have, which is all they have sometimes. So that's it. Cancer. Then following sign is Leo. Leo is again, I'm getting the same card, two cards for you, but they have both come out, but it doesn't matter. Faith and enthusiasm. Faith and enthusiasm. Leo, you have to be more mild this month and be more enthusiastic this moon phase, and be more enthusiastic about what you put out in the universe, and be more enthusiastic about what you received also. So don't only be active. So you're the sun, don't only be active, but be receiving. This new moon means that you come to the realization that the energy of a man is also about connecting to the other side, that is female, male, female energy, connecting to both sides. Let's move on to Virgos. Caring. Caring to you, Virgo, is almost your perfect card. It'll be even more perfect for Aquarius. And you are caring because you're motherly and because you know what to do. And this will pay off immensely for you this month. So be ready to do little and receive much because you earned it. This is called good karma or karmic. We don't only have karmic debts, we also have karmic credits, and that is one of the karmic credits that you will receive this year. Will be a wonderful year for Virgos. If you want to know more, all you have to do is pay for a reading or a yearly forecast for your sign, whether moon sign or sun signs. I do both. I know a lot about Chinese astrology as well, even more to some extent than Western astrology, because it's one of my passions, and I can help you. Virgos. Now Libra. I want to select this carefully and to convey a good message, because it's moon in Libra. Wonderful. Feminine. We know that Mother Mary embodies the divine feminine. The divine feminine is our feminine nature. So I allow the card says my feminine nature. That's one of the reasons why I like these cards, because they give you an outline, and then if you have the knowledge, you can add automatically to what they say. It gives you an input that it's not necessarily fundamental to all, but it's very interesting. So I allow that can be an affirmation. My feminine nature, even for men, to shine. Even it's not about your sexuality. It's about parts of yourself being whole, complete, and healthy. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. So that is feminine. Feminine energy. Feminine energy. Feminine energy. Libras are very soft. Libras are very soft. It means that your feminine energy, you Libra person, will be totally in touch with the divine feminine that Mother Mary represents. And this is very good. This is very good. A lot of people don't identify with her. You can identify with her if you think that she is good for you. I think she is good for me. How about you? Faith is the card that awaits Sagittarius. I mean, faith, no, children. Said faith because truly the angels are saying to me that this has to come with a lot of faith. So take it as if it was the faith card, but have faith with your children. And the faith card came below it. If you notice, faith, that you have faith, believe that your kids will be happy, not one day but today, and they will be happy today for who they are, period. And Sagittarius, you are not doing a good job to take care of your friends and your family because you are being very stressed by planetary oppositions this month. Next month is going to be worse. In 2 months, meaning, hang on, your birth month, then December, then it's going to be even worse. So why? Because you're not making advantage of the negative energy that you have, such as a lot of people have negative energy and they can even make advantage of that. I think that you are good to go, and you are blessed with a wonderful family. If you don't have a family, don't have children, you were blessed as a child and you're not thinking of it. And the card can have other meanings, such as being involved with children, bringing great blessings into your life already, and you don't acknowledge it. You don't become grateful. You don't show mercy. You will. Capricorn. Oh, that sounds like a novelty to you. Perhaps tenderness. Tenderness is, again, the card says, I am both gentle and powerful. This is one of the concepts more true to Mother Mary. The first one is love. And then power and grace. So gentle and powerful. Divine feminine and respect for, not divine masculine, but for God. There isn't a concept of divine masculine. I was discussing this the other day with Jesus, that there hasn't been a concept in philosophy about the divine masculine as much as the divine feminine, although religions like Wicca, if you want to call it a religion, it was something that was invented in the 1920s. And it's something that came out of a fiction book, and it's something that, worse than that, worships demons. So because Wicca is, except for the work that they do with the elementals and some entities like the fairies and others too, but most times they deal with paganism, which is something that God told us not to do, because there's no gods above him. There's other gods, but no gods above him. And every time I faced a pagan entity like Mars in my past, I don't do these things anymore because I'm purely in the light now, but I had to experience different things besides Satanism. Mars, Jupiter, I don't know, Pan. A lot of people think Pan is a fairy. Pan. Pan isn't a fairy. Pan is a depiction of the devil. So he is more demonic. Fairies are more angelic and like the angels of nature, truly. They're positive beings that when I used to evoke demons years ago, Satan every time would shun the practice of angel magic and fairy magic. These two beings he couldn't stand. Angels, because he goes sometimes as far as saying that they don't exist, and because he doesn't exist as an angel anymore, so it was traumatic for him. And fairies, because he doesn't like them. So, but he is for paganism, and he is for voodoo, and he's definitely not against Wicca. So we have to stop right there and think what this makes us think. Going back to Capricorn, tenderness. You usually are very stubborn people. This month you won't be. Will be open to sweetness. Just be careful not to use too much of your energy. Receive small favors. Be tender. And next month, and in a few months, those of you, if you do something spiritual to make the best of this, then your tenderness will be employed for positive ends. So tenderness, use a sober approach all the time. Invest your anger in positive manners. Okay. Then Jesus is the card that is coming out for Aquarius. So especially because this is Mary's deck, it can't be any better. Of course, there's God and the Holy Spirit, but at the same time, Jesus is Mary. It's God's son, but it's Mary's son. Depends which way you look at it. Depends which, but both ways are true. There's a higher way and there's a lower way, but if God chose the most pure, most perfect of women and a good person to be, which is what she would go under, she'd prefer to be called a good person. I just asked her, how would you like to be called? And she said a good person. So she's a good person. And mosquito is gone. Can't believe it. Don't you just hate these mosquitoes? So Jesus is the exorcist and power. So for all of you Aquarius, it's a month of power, sublimation, and ascension. So it's a month for all Aquarius to find out who they really are and to receive blessings in everything they do and they have done, and be really themselves and be as blessed as possible. So that should sound good enough for you, Aquarius people. Next card is the card for Pisces. You have family. Family card. The family card is about praying for your family, praying for God, realizing that, like Jesus said in the Bible, and God perfectly agrees to that, somehow your family isn't your birth family all the time. Your family is, in truth, and please keep your family as well, but your true spiritual family is, of course, the family of Nazareth, so the family of Jesus, but it's those who believe in God and share your vision. That's your family. And then your birth family is a family, and it's definitely your family, but it's not your number one family in truth. You follow the decisions and the energy of your number one family, and then if your other family, your earthly family, agrees, then good. If not, you select the opinion of your main family. So it's important to be independent from family as well. So these were the 12 cards that matched the 12 zodiacal signs. I wish you well. Please get these cards, they're beautiful. Look at that, the back of the cards. Many blessings to Doreen Virtue, and I don't think he's on it. No, he's not on this deck, but Bradley Valentine as well. Listen to them on Hay House, because they're don't know if she's ever alive anymore, but he is. They're very good. Also Robert Reeves and all these people that somehow surround the person called Doreen Virtue, because they're all really valuable people. James Van Prague. Because why is that? Because she was guided by angels to work with these people, and I'm not going to say give them an opportunity because these people had lives already, but certainly, uh, that was a great favor, and she helped us all discover other interesting minds and authors that, besides her, are in this world and contribute to it in different manners, whether with naturopathy or with mediumship abilities that are very strong, with intuition or whatever that is that these people have. I asked Mary to channel a message through her today for you because we're using her cards. What I've said so far, I've channeled through Jesus, like all of it. So if you thought that it was me, then no, it wasn't. It was me psychologically and psychiatry. I'm mentally sane. It was me, but at the same time, it was a channeled message. How do you channel? You ask a positive being to be in you and speak through you, and then whatever you speak out is what the spirit says. So in this case, I don't always do this, but in this case, I did it because I think that it's a good idea for you to know that sometimes when there's a spirit inside a person, it's not easy to tell. We have to tell by logging into the energy. So Mary wants you to know about this card for what it means to her. It's called Devotion. Take that as a card for all 12 signs, so as a number 13 type of card. Card says, as I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. So this is a picture of the Immaculate Conception of Mary, which is a dogma because when we found out that it was true and it made sense to us, the dogma was established by the church. It means that no other truth can contradict this truth, unlike scientific research. It's not dogmatic because other evidence can come out to contradict a theory, which is partly true. Even with a lot of things, science has it. But the religion already knows all these truths that were revealed, so there's no need to research. You just take what it is and you accept it. You can research without contradicting the main idea that was received. So receive good ideas, and receive God in you. Be devoted. That's what devotion means, to receive God in you, which humbles you. The presence of God humbles you, and the presence of the divine uplifts you. And this is the divine feminine in Mary, be uplifted, taken to heavens by angels. And this is what God did for her. One of the things that God did, certainly the most grand and the most important, because she became who she is now, and it was possible for her to help an uncountable number of people, perhaps same souls in different bodies. So she basically talked to everyone on this planet, helping them out. So be grateful and be open to receive the blessings of our mother, and consider her as her true mother, because she really is your true mother. Okay. So meditate on this. When the new moon comes, there's always blessings Ciao.